Hi there, welcome to this presentation. Today we'll be looking at the 2020 COVID-19 impact on the world. This data was collected from the online database source called Worldometer. Today we'll be analyzing the importance of population and the impact of COVID-19 on it. We'll start off with our first visualization in which the population of the Earth, as the data set predicted, it's being described over here, with about 52% or 3.1 billion people living in Asia, followed by Africa, South America, North America, and Europe. The percentage are given there in order to give us a visualization of how much part of the world population is allocated in these data set. Next, we'll go to the visualization over here, which is a bubble chart. And in the bubble chart, it can be seen that we'll be looking at the total cases versus the total recovery. And the size of the bubble and the color depends on the number of deaths. At first, it can be seen that Europe, South America, and North America have pretty high rates of death in comparison when it comes to Asia and Africa. These are the details below. And it can also be seen that even though there were a lot more cases in Asia compared to Europe, there were a lot more death in Europe. So vice versa. All of these data set correspond with the news that we followed also. Furthermore, besides continent, now we would like to take a deep dive into the population and when it came to the number of total recovery and death. It can be seen that based on this data, as Europe, South America, and North America are the majority with major deaths, it is natural to see that they will come into this visualization. For North America, you have USA and Mexico. And for South America, you have in Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Peru. Now, when it comes towards Asia, there are countries that contributed to the darker color, and that was India. And also for Africa, in order to be on the map, South Africa played a very important part. Here it can be seen that even though there were majority of deaths involved, there were also a lot of recoveries within each of these countries. Now, this data can even be aggregated to look at the number of active cases and critical cases for the top countries in the world. Now, in this, you get a tree chart in which you can see that USA had a lot of active cases. However, they were not critical. Brazil and India, they did have a lot of active cases and they were critical. That's why they have a neutral color as they comprised of both category. However, Russia, Mexico, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, Japan, and Nigeria, they had minor active cases. However, they were very critical. And these can be determined because there were probably low dosages of vaccines available for this population, or they didn't have the supplies such as oxygen gases and masks that were needed in time in order to stop the spread of COVID-19. Based on this data, it can be seen that COVID-19 has impacted the world in many ways, and it depends on which country we look at. It had its own specific characteristics to it. Thank you very much, and this is my presentation.